is not destined to survive.
That was Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, Stephen, and also a number of astronauts too, and you probably have said that at least once in your life, I'm sure.
He was quoting you, Buzz.
No, I told him not 200 years, about 30 years.
But indeed, it's all about exploring. It's all about taking the solar system. You know, the solar system is ours. Let's take it. If we're going to move out, let's take those steps. And Mars is that next logical step for human exploration. We can do this. It's going to be hard, but we're going to be methodical. We're going to be able to put down the infrastructure that we need. We're going to be able to live off the land where we can, and we're going to colonize that planet. And then we're going to move on.
Can I add one? Oh no, you can applaud that. That's pretty exciting. The really cool thing about Mars and even the space station today is people kind of fail to realize that these are really tough things to do, that they have to reuse resources, they have to be better custodians. And so the lessons we learn from ISS and from going to Mars and making people survive in places where we can't just get supplies to them with FedEx, you know, that's the kind of lessons that we also need to learn here on Earth. And I think, you know, Mike can probably talk to this too, like, you know, we have a tiny, of course, I haven't been off the planet, guys, so I don't know what it's like, but, you know, when you look back, I think at our planet, you realize kind of the perspective of it all. And even with the robotic vehicles, when I see like the little speck in the sky that's Earth, it's a very powerful movement, like feeling for me. But I think realizing that this exploring space helps make us be better citizens of our own planet is also a really cool part of the whole process. So we can all be like good neighbors.
I like that. Buzz, you got advice? I'm sure some of these people want to be astronauts, and I'm sure the whole industry is going to evolve, but like, what did it take? And Mike, you can respond to this too, but what did it take for you? Like, when did you decide that you wanted to be an astronaut? Were you little, or were you like a teenager?
What?
Were you like dodging the draft? I'm just kidding. Are you kidding? This is an American superhero. I'm just kidding.
I had a good friend at West Point, a year behind me, Ed White, and he called me up and said, hey, they're going to have a new selection in 1962. And I went and got my 2-year master's at Michigan, and then I went through the test pilot school, and I'm testing airplanes now at Wright-Patterson. And I said, well, Ed, you know, I can shoot gunnery much better than you can, and I'm at MIT now, and what's this being a test pilot? They don't really care about that. I'm going to apply too, see? So he got picked, and I didn't. But they changed their mind the next year and wanted some people with a little bit more. No, Ed was a great pilot. Probably would have been one of the first guys on the moon if it was up to me and a lot of other people. Now, in 45 years, the robots have improved quite a bit. Now, I want you to tell me how much smarter is the human being now in 45 years? About the same, right? Okay. So we need to rely on robots a little more. Now, here's an interesting piece of information. I asked Steve Squires. No, I didn't ask him. He told me. I said I want to land something right on the bottom side. I don't know what you call that, of Phobos. So we can look down and watch the landing site and build things there. And he said, well, you just tell me where you want it, and I'll put it there for you. Well, he is a smart guy from Cornell, but I think one of the smartest things he told me was, now, when we put spirit and opportunity on opposite sides of Mars, maybe 11, 12 years ago, whenever it was, they were built the last 90 days, okay? After 5 years, spirit got stuck. Opportunity's still working. So let's, what he did, take the first 5 years where both of them are doing their thing, and we're telling them what to do. one day at a time. And so they plod through whatever they're doing. We have a pretty good record of what they did in 5 years. And he said, now, what they did in 5 years could have been done in 1 week if we had human intelligence in orbit around Mars.
Yep.
Now, stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
I think that's the biggest thing that people forget.
That tells you something about how we're going to go and visit and do things. And we've got to get people to the orbit of Mars and sustain them there so that they can build a place to live. And it may take a good while to build it. And we may need to get them there and bring them back, another group, bring them back. By the third group, they're probably pretty well finished. Now, they know more about what they've been building down there. Because, see, we decided what we wanted at the moon, not at Mars. And we learned how to do that on the big island of Hawaii through geosynchronous satellite to Houston. We brought these things together and assembled them in a complex way, and then redesigned them and all that. So that's what we're going to do for these guys. Now, the third group that goes there, they know
I'm on that group.
They know more about what is down there than anybody in the world. So they're going to be the first guys to land, however many, 2, 4, 6, just before the cycler delivers, get this, 18 people per mission.
All right, I'm one of those 18.
I'll explain it.
Wait, Bobak, you can speak to this because I was out of JPL and